Alah, jet. Eh. Udah. Ya, leveling lagi, Cok. Tarat, tarat. Lu kono bujir. Sakit, Cok. Anjing. Ah, yeah. Wis. Ih, dikejar. Ya. Sile. Turun.
Oi! You there? Could you help us out, Cully?
Ya haha, Cuk.
You? You there? Stop pretending
Wih,
you
nggak kena
can't
ini.
see me.
Turunnya lumayan, cuy. Awal-awal.
Why won't anyone look me in the eye?
Ntar. Coba. Mana sih? Church. Ih. Ku cerdas emang cowok. Dari gara-gara aja. Ip. Lah. itu anjir. Astagfirullahaladzim. Black Knight kenapa nggak ada cuy? Belum saatnya. Yun na ba yun? Bisa nggak? Ya, nggak bisa. Ih, selamat selamat. nggak kena. Hilang, hilang. Naik lagi anjing. Wah, blood loss. Ya, blood loss coy. Ya jatuh. Malas. Kena sih? Hah? Set dah. Ntar. Game laknat ini sebenar. Ya cok. Aku mau ini apa tuh balik ke level 1 lagi ya. Emang lewat. Kamu. Pergi. Sini loh. Layak emang. Waduh, patahkan. Ah! Tercuk. Oh. Shit. Oh. 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 Lupa. Ini kulum dulu. Bukan cok, salah. Nih. Enggak ada mimik, enggak ada kah? Oh. Belum ambil mimik. Mimik siapa sih namanya tuh? Anjing-anjing.
This way, Tarnished. May I have a word? A
Okay.
pleasure to meet thee, Tarnished. I am the witch Renna. I'd heard tell of a Tarnished hurtling about atop a spectral steed, and upon looking into the matter, the talk I surmise is of thee. Thou art possessed of the power, no? To call forth a spectral steed named Torrent. As I had hoped, I was entrusted this for thee by Torrent's former master. 'Tis a bell for calling forth spirits. Summon them with it. From ash and return to the Erdtree. the spirits will obey thine command but briefly, as they recall battles past. Now it is thine, to do with as thou wishest.
Oh. Ngapa malah tikus yang datang? Wah, pendeknya diam di situ. Kocak sini coy. Hei. Kiu. Ah. Goblok. Ih. Kan datang deh. Oh. Gelut sana, gelut. Wah. Gimana, Cok? Wah, asem. Kita yang diincer anjir. Ih, turun. Kejar dia, guguk. Alah guguk sialan malah turun semua cuk. Ih. Ya. Nah, turun deh. Nah. Wah, aku yang kena. Mati. Let's go.
Those who live in debt all the more.
Bukan kau ini. Nah. Cause bloody wilt up.
Well, I took you no matter. Lay out your own.
Stone 1. Jalan-jalan. Wah, waduh. Cuk. Ini kepiting. Enggak, bukan sini. Woi.
It isn't Darius. The bloody finger. The end is nigh. For you. Your sister. Just joining the fray. Well, I'm Yura. Untarnished. You stay the path. You're certain to face more of them. Just remember. No kinship with their elk remains. Their madness precludes it. Don't let your emotions stay your blade. One last word of warning. Stay clear of Agil Lake. The great dragon roosts there, and it's as fearsome as it is majestic. So, unless you're mad or wish to be burned alive, stay clear of the lake. Be on your way. Perhaps we will meet again. If fate be on, perhaps we will.
Whiskas Kantung Omega untuk kulit dan bulu anak kucing Anda yang sehat. Coba sekarang.
Dengerin apa ya?
Di Spotify tinggal tekan play. Di sini musik yang nemuin kamu.
Yura is an NPC in Elden Ring with a relatively short quest that involves multiple missable rewards, all of which will be covered in this guide. As usual, useful timestamps can be found in the video description. Yura's first location is in Limgrave, a short distance southeast from the First Step Site of Grace. Meeting Yura at this location is optional, and he may have already moved on if you defeated the dragon near Smoldering Church. If you speak with Yura at this underpass, he'll warn you about the dragon that stalks the Smoldering Church to the north. Flying Dragon Agil will swoop in to attack when you approach the worshippers near a large pyre northwest of the Smoldering Church. Again, this is optional, but if you manage to defeat a Gil, you can return to Yura and show the news. In response, he'll tell you about the Church of Dragon Communion off the west coast of Limgrave. Moving on to the first required step in Yura's questline, head to Murkwater Cave in northern Limgrave. Approaching Murkwater Cave, you'll be invaded by Bloody Finger Neregus, and fair warning, this is a pretty tough encounter at lower levels. After a short delay, Yura will be summoned in as a hunter and aid you in the defeat of Neregus. Defeating Neregus will reward you with Reduvia, which is an arcane-based dagger. Afterwards, you can find Yura for an optional interaction at one of two locations. If you did not defeat Dragon Aegil, then Yura will be found back at his first location, southeast of the first step. If you defeated the dragon, Yura will instead be found under a new ruins underpass to the north of Murkwater Cave. When spoken to, Yura will tell you of his mission to hunt down Bloody Finger invaders. I know this interaction is optional because I inadvertently skipped it when I went to his next location, which is near the main academy gate of Rhea Lucaria in Liurnia. To reach that location, you'll first need to retrieve the Glintstone Key, which is guarded by a teal Glintstone dragon near some rocky formations a short distance west of Rhea Lucaria Academy. You don't have to defeat or even fight the dragon, just grab the Glintstone Key from behind it and then run away. From the Academy Gatetown site of Grace, head northwest to the South Academy Gate, then use the Glintstone Key to be transported to the main Academy Gate. Rest at the site of Grace, then head north past the Magic Seal. You should find a red summoning sign just a short distance ahead. Use the sign and assist Yura in defeating the Bloody Finger Ravenmount assassin, acquiring the Raptor of the Mist's Ash of War in the process. Upon returning to your world, Yura should be standing nearby. Speak with him and you'll get a Smithing Stone 5 as thanks. Make sure to go through all of his dialogue before moving on. Afterwards, Yura will move to a new location in Altus Plateau, and here's how to get there by way of the Grand Lift of Dectus. You'll need to get both halves of the Dectus Medallion. One can be found at Fort Height in southeast Limgrave, and the other half can be found at Fort Feroth in Caelid. Once you have the complete medallion, take it to the Grand Lift of Dectus in northeastern Liurnia. Once there, head north along the road, past the Altus Highway Junction until you arrive at the Second Church of Marika. Yura should be there, and interacting with him will get you the Naga Kiba and will also trigger an invasion from Bloody Finger Eleonora. Defeat her to obtain Eleonora's Poleblade along with the Purifying Crystal Tear, which will grant immunity to Mog Lord of Blood's unavoidable Rite of Blood attack when mixed in a wondrous Physic Flask. There's actually one more location where you can find what appears to be Yura, and it's at Zamor Ruins in the mountaintops of the Giants. In order to access the mountaintops, you'll first need to acquire 2 of the Great Runes. I recommend getting them from Godric the Grafted and Renala, Queen of the Full Moon. Then head to the north side of the capital where a boss is guarding the entrance. Then make your way through Lanedale Royal Capital and defeat Morgoth the Omen King at the Elden Throne. After doing all of that, Melina will give you the Rolled Medallion, which you can use to take the Grand Lift of Rolled up to the mountaintops. Once there, it's a very short trip to arrive at Zamor Ruins. Now, I want to give a quick warning. Arriving at the mountaintops will cause any remaining steps from Yura's quest to be skipped. At Zamor Ruins, you'll find the body of Yura, but it's now possessed by Shabriri, who is basically the will of the 3 fingers of Frenzied Flame. If you wanted Yura's armor set, which is actually called Ronin's armor, you can get it at this point by attacking and defeating Shabriri. If you attacked Yura at any earlier point, you would have only gotten the Naga Kiba. Alternatively, if you do as Shabriri says and travel to the Forsaken Depths of Lanedale to inherit the Frenzied Flame, Shabriri will vanish, leaving the Ronin's armor set behind. Now, if you missed earlier steps in Yura's questline, you can still go back and get some of the missed items. After meeting Shabriri in the mountaintops, the Bloody Finger Eleonora invasion should trigger the next time you visit the Second Church of Marika, allowing you to get her items. In addition, Yura's Nagakiba can be found at the last place you spoke with him before going to the mountaintops. If you're not sure where that was or never spoke with Yura, there's only 3 possible locations to check: the 2 underpass locations in Limgrave and the one at Rhea Lucaria Academy. Unfortunately, if you missed the Ravenmount assassin encounter at Rhea Lucaria Academy, you probably won't be able to get the Raptor of the Mist's Ash of War until you successfully get to and complete that encounter in New Game Plus. And that's about it for Yura's questline. If you're still having trouble with this quest, you can reach out in the comment section where I'll do my best to help. I also recommend checking the comment I have pinned, as I'll be updating it with information about specific problems people are having and potential solutions. I'm working on guides for all the quests in Elden Ring. If you want to find those, you can head over to my channel, and if you're new, consider subscribing. You're helping me feed my cat. Her name's Marshmallow. Also, the Marshmallow merch store is now live over on the
Here's an easy guide on how to get this incredibly OP 40 minutes after starting the game. This video will cover where to find the weapon, the Ash of War, Blood Flame Blade, and 2 talismans that'll come in handy. Of the Whetstone Blade, make your way down right here, where you'll find Yura. He has the weapon we need for this build, the Nagakiba. However, be ready, because he won't go easy on you. You just need to make sure you get the first shot in and keep up the combo to stagger and get the bleed out on him. Now make your way to the Dragon Burnt Ruins to collect a stone sword key and to access the chest underneath. Once you're through the teleport, make your way into Celia. Take this path, jumping over roofs to this specific spot here.
Apa saya nggak hadir? Ntar lihat tutorial dulu.
Once you're here, aim for the scarab and fire 2 shots from your bow, and you'd be able to get the double-slash Ash of War. Now you can go back to Limgrave and take this path to find the Blood Flame Blade enchant. Here, you'll get it once you kill this scarab. Now you can go back to Stormhill, and if you take this path all the way to this village here, you'd be able to get the first talisman we need for this build. Now you can use the stone sword key from earlier to open this gate and enter this dungeon full of dogs. Here you'll find the turtle talisman, which can help out with endurance. Now it's time to get hella leveled up. Follow this path I'm taking, and along the way, let's pick up a few useful items. Now go in here and grab Radagon's Source Seal. I also recommend making a run through the Limgrave tunnels to grab all the smithing stones, so we can get the sword upgraded. At this point, you'd have unlocked the Round Table Hold, so now you can upgrade your sword and apply the Ash of War. Now buy the Finger Seal from the Round Table Finger Maidens so that we'd be able to use Blood Flame. Now you could kill Margit, and once killed, he's gonna drop a talisman pouch, and then you'd be able to equip the Green Turtle Talisman to make your life a bit easier, since using Double Slash absolutely drains your endurance.
Hey guys, Lucky here. Today I'm going to show you how to have an insanely OP build in Elden Ring in under 1 hour. You'll have a +9 unique weapon, leveled up ashes, leveled up ends. So after this, we're going to go ahead and teleport down to the Gatefront Ruins. Now we're going to run to the next grace, we'll grab it, and from here we're going to make our way over to Somber Smithing Stone number 1, which is just across the bridge in the lap of dead corpse sitting on a chair. We'll grab this Ash of War since we're running by it, but you know, it's not something you need to do if you don't want to bother. There's a smithing stone there on the bridge. We can go ahead and pick that up, but we don't need it for this run. Now we're going to go ahead and pick up...
Oh, di situ.
Oi! You there? Could you help us out?
a couple of Trina's lilies here sitting on this ledge. You can see it up there, up high. So you're going to run around the back, climb up this. Dismounting is probably the easiest way to do this, so get off your mount, then jump down. And we're going to be grabbing those Trina's lilies. And anytime you see Trina's lilies and mushrooms on this entire run, go ahead and pick them up. The mushrooms are little green things. I'll show you one in a moment when we run into one. And Trina's lilies are white lilies that you'll see, white/purple. And I'll show you more of those when we see them actually sitting on the ground. They both grow on the ground. You can pick them up all the time. Now we're running over to some ruins. There they are on the map. And we're going to be picking up all of the runes that are in these graves along our path. We're not going to use them now, so save them. Just leave them in your inventory. And then when it's time, you're going to go ahead and pop all of them. Now we're grabbing a gold pickled Foulfoot right here on this ledge. I'll show you where it is on the map. And that is going to give us bonus runes when we kill something later on. That's going to give us massive number of runes.
Now make your way south to this grace that I'm standing at now.
And this is what the mushrooms look like right here. You're looking for these. We want a lot of these because we're going to need to make some sleeping pots. And each sleeping pot that we make uses 1 mushroom and 1 Trina's lily. So anytime you see one of those, make sure to pick them up. Now we're running south across the bridge, and we're going to grab the grace right here, just in case we slip and fall. There's an NPC here. If you'd like to, you can go ahead and start this quest line and exhaust all of her dialogue. If I was you, I would keep track of which quest lines I've started and decide, you know, how many you want to do. It is going to take a Wikipedia article to do these quest lines, if you do decide to do them. Most likely, anyway, unless you're some kind of Elden Ring savant. Next, we're going to visit a merchant, but now we can see where the next map fragment is going to be. So let's go put a pin there. And now we know we're running. Along the way there, though, there's going that golden seed there. All the way. Up this hill, and up here there's going to be a church, and that church is going to have a sacred tea. These quest lines, mushrooms are little green things. I'll show you one in a moment. That is going to give us bonus line and exhaust all of her dialogue.
Standing at now.
And this is what the the mushrooms look like right here. You're looking for these. We want a lot of these because we're going to need to make some as part of a quest chain that we need to do. Now, there's the golden seed that we came here for. And be careful, there is a guy shooting giant arrows at you the entire time you are grabbing that map fragment and that golden seed. So try to keep yourself moving while you do both of those things. Now we're going to make our way from that golden seed there all the way up this hill. And up here, there's going to be a church, and that church is going to have a sacred tear. And if you recall, sacred tears are what are going to increase the potency of our heals. So when we use a flask, it's going to heal for more health than it otherwise would have because we got this sacred tear here. Having tons of flask charges doesn't do us a whole lot of good if it's not healing very much health each time. Now we're going to head back down from the way we came, and we're going to run up and around here, and we're making our way to some glowwort. Glowwort is what we're going to use to upgrade our ashes, and it can be found in these caves a lot of times, or catacombs. And so we're going to run over to one of those right now. So we're going to go back the way we came, and then we're going to hug this left wall here. Hug left. And oops, I didn't hug left. That's by my own advice. Okay, now we're hugging left. Then we're going to go across this bridge. And keep your eyes peeled for mushrooms, like those mushrooms right there we just grabbed. And we're going to look for that entrance, which is tucked right here behind this column. Easy to miss, so keep an eye out for it. It's right there on the map, just in case you want to see. And we run inside, and we're going to use this grace. And we're going to go ahead and level up our flask, because why not? And put a point into vigor if you'd like to. It's just going to give you a little more padding. That way, if something does get a hold of you, does smack you, you're less likely to keel over and die. There's a gray wall for a stone sword key. Don't worry. We don't want to use our stone sword key on that right now. And there's our grave glowwort that we came here for. Grave glowwort level 1, tier 1. So that's what we can use to put our first point onto our ashes. Now we're going to make our way up to a church up here. This church is going to have another sacred tier for us so that we can further level up our flasks to improve the healing potency of each charge that we use. Go ahead and put a skull on any cave or catacomb you go in, or any place that we go by that pops up on your map where you don't actually clear it. You just run through it as part of this guide. Feel free to put a skull there, you know, some kind of marker. Just letting yourself know, I've been here, just to make it easier on yourself, if you'd like to. There's a couple of mushrooms right there. We got 3. And right about there, there's going to be another gravesite. And then over here, there's going to be a grace and a golden seed. So we're going to head that way. So we're going to pick up these runes from this gravesite again. Delicious, delicious runes. We love those things. And now we're going to sprint forth over to the grace and grab that. Then we'll hop back on our mount and grab the golden seed right above us here. Very close by. Church, and we're going to run north of it, and there's a little portal tucked in the corner right here. And we're going to use this to teleport to the other side of any because it's very, and we're just going to ignore all these rats, fall down, and grab this talisman. Now go ahead and die. Very easy to do. And go ahead and equip that talisman. That talisman's going to give you extra stats, but you're going to take slightly more damage. This is a good talisman for early, and even if you know how, it's just not the time. So we're making our way over to that map fragment to reveal this area. And then from there, we're going to be picking up a lot of stuff in this area. But first, as always, I think we'll go ahead and grab a grace nearby, just in case something goes wrong on this next step, which is actually really possible because we're going to do something slightly sketch. Now we're going to be going up here, northeast of us. And there's going to be our Somber Smithing Stone 8 and 9. Which is just wild that both of those are sitting here this easy to grab this early in the game. We're going to kill this guy right here. Next, we're going to run northwest to pick up a buff, a very strong buff, the Blood Flame Blade. This is going to make it so that when we hit enemies with our weapon that causes bleed buildup, the Blood Flame Blade is going to make bleed buildup continue, so it's going to keep ticking up even when we're not hitting them. And so we're going to kill this scarab right here, and there you go. Blood Flame Blade, very powerful, very fun buff, and it looks cool too, which is always nice bonus. Next, we're going to go ahead and grab the Academy Glintstone key. This is a key that is going to let us into the Academy area. We're going to step in there briefly, but we're not going to beat it right now. That's a high level area. Now, it is tucked behind this dragon, so you'll want to delicately sneak around it, grab it, and then get the heck out of there. With that in hand, we're going to run north. Want to have, right? Take your time. Don't panic. You should get hit 3 hits each time. For your sleeping pot. Okay. That was very dangerous the way I played that there. I recommend playing it a little safer. Okay, we use our Flask of Wondrous Physic, right? We got one more buff up. Now we're going to use our regular slashes. Oh, we got a bleed proc. That's big, right? One more sleep. So we should be able to do this in 3. I'll get behind him. Do the Blood Flame buff this time. Then do our L2 into our R2 for the big damage. And boom, another bleed proc on the 4th hit there. And look, just like that. The hardest part of this problem is done. He is the bane of everyone's existence. He's the thing that stops you from getting to the 7th Somber Smithing Stone. The grace, don't do what I did. Make sure to spend your 50,000 runes that you're carrying around right now in case something goes wrong here. Okay.
Alah, habis
Spend
baterai
those
HP.
runes before you do this next part. Then we're gonna run around this corner, jump down here, and there is a golden rune level 12, which is good for a lot of runes. Then we're gonna run across this bridge. You can grab this item or leave it. You really don't need it right now, so it's not really worth the risk of running up to that ledge. But hey, it's there, and I have a hard time running by items, and maybe you do too. Now we're gonna jump over lava. Jump here. We're gonna bait the attack of this enemy. Don't run into the window until after he attacks, because he shoots that thing in there and it can one-shot you. Next, we're going to be using that stone sword key that we found at the shack earlier. So we're going to be running by these mobs. Make sure to fill your stamina up when mobs are not attacking you so that you can dodge roll when they are. Like this guy right here, dodge. And then this guy right here, he's really dangerous. Lots of dodge rolls as you run by him, okay? That whip will annihilate you. You can see it hit me once and took about 70% of my health away. Then we're going to go through this door. And really, that was the hardest part, is getting by that lava whip guy. All of this is easy. Use your stone sword key here. And now we've got a little bit of a jump puzzle, but it's actually quite easy. We can basically ignore the whole thing by jumping down this wall right here and just push yourself against the wall the whole time you're falling. And you will be fine. There we go. We landed on this edge. Oh, I walked off that way too fast. And I'm kind of surprised that I lived. But hey, that works. Now we're going to run through that door. We can see over there between the 2 red lights. And we're going to hang a left. Ignore that item. Unless you really want to grab it, go for it. But you might die trying. And it's a pain to get back here. So now we're going to run around that guy. Again, bait his attack. And then go for your Somber Smithing Stone 7 that was on the ledge there. Bait the attack and then grab it, okay? Otherwise, you're in for pain. There we go. Now you have Somber Smithing Stone 1 through. So once we finish talking to them and exhausting their dialogue, we just rest at the Grace, and then she moves locations, and here she is. And now you can take one of the Spirit Ashes that you found to level 5. And there are no shortage of early Spirit Ash upgrade material. I'd recommend getting your vigor up to 60 as soon as possible. That's the easiest way to play this game. In my opinion, you get so many points for putting points into health up to level 40, and then it starts tapering off on all the way to 60, and then after the 60, you don't want to put any more into vigor. But until then, man, you get so much health. You'll have around 1900 health when you stop, which means there's a lot of room for error, a lot of chances for you to get hit and not die. And you're going to have so many flasks that it's not going to be a problem to heal yourself back up. All right, now we have done all of that. Let's go see what this build feels like and going and exploring the zones that we just ran through. Not the later ones, but the first zone that you spawn in. Go find all the catacombs, all the caves, all the Ashes of War. You know, really explore that place before you come do this. You know, and then go through the rest of the game as naturally as possible. But let's go ahead and I'm just gonna, for the memes, I'm just gonna let the summons do most of the work, just so you can see how strong level 5 summons are, which is part of the reason why anybody could play this game and beat Elden Ring. Your summons are the difficulty slider in this game, and if you have a decent leveled up summon, there's no boss you won't be able to take down. So enjoy being overpowered. There's that kill. And if you're thinking, oh yeah, maybe this build can kill the first boss in the game, but what about the hardest boss in the game? Yes. Yes. This build will absolutely delete the hardest boss in the game. No problem.
Just keep on leveling, get your dex to about 80, your vigor to 60, your strength to around 40 or so, and go ahead and grab the mimic tier, get it to plus 10, and you won't have a problem with any boss in this game.
I hope you enjoy this build, guys. It is so fun. It is so powerful, and there's nothing that it can't do, and it's going to set you up perfectly for the DLC that is coming out right around.
Hello, might I bend you my name? The servant's but I swear my good father decided himself. The servant, they've since come. I fear it's no please. Would you mind? My soul wishes that he is please. Thank you. Then please, deliver it to my father, who remains in the castle, if you please.
I'm all set. Finished yet.
I took you no matter it's out your own.
Hmm.